getting a flagrant foul assessed to her, which show that what happened here. I mean, if you look at the still frame, it looks horrible, but if you watch it in real time, it kind of looked like it happened accidentally. What do you think about this?
Well, you can understand how maybe the refs overlooked it and didn't see the foul as it happened. It thought just what you thought. But then when you slow it down, it's really hard to ignore. Look, Caitlin Clark is just an unprecedented, as her coach called her, a generational star. She's hitting threes. She's dishing the ball.
It is officially over. The WNBA has crossed a line that it can never come back from. Right now, as we speak, the entire league appears to be unraveling in real time. Viewership ratings have reportedly fallen to rock bottom, and the identities of all 34 WNBA referees have allegedly been leaked online following what many fans are describing as a coordinated on-court assault against Caitlin Clark. The fans have had enough. Sponsors are pulling out, and just hours ago, Stephen A. Smith went completely nuclear on national television, revealing what he described as a dark truth the league had desperately tried to keep hidden. The biggest shockwave came from somewhere else. A devastating three-word final message from Caitlin Clark herself, which has reportedly thrown the WNBA commissioner into absolute panic mode. She is officially done. How did one basketball game escalate into what many are calling a national security-style leak involving sports officials? Who authorized the alleged targeting of the biggest star in women's basketball history? Stay with us, because we're breaking down the leaked referee list, Stephen A.'s career-defining rant, and the exact moment many believe the WNBA changed forever. It all began when the whistle went silent. For months, fans noticed Caitlin Clark being hit, shoved, and repeatedly targeted on the court, while receiving little to no protection from the officials. Then, during last night's game, everything reached a breaking point. A brutal, uncalled foul left Clark limping, sparking outrage throughout the entire arena.
That I'll share with you, because I don't know if I've ever used it while you've been on the air with me. If it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it ain't a damn mongoose. I've said that many, many times over the years. There is a flagrant level of resentment that exists when it comes to Caitlin Clark, and it has existed since she has arrived in the league. She is the cash cow. Just recently, a couple of days ago, I think, we saw her and another player, I think it was Elisa Boston or whatever, we saw them be the top two vote getters for the WNBA All-Star game so far. Every time you turn around, there seems to be...
What happened next sent shockwaves throughout the sports world. Within just 2 hours of the game coming to an end, an anonymous group allegedly leaked the identities, personal records, and supposed internal communications of all 34 active WNBA referees online. The internet erupted almost instantly. Fans began reviewing every controversial call made by those specific officials against Caitlin Clark throughout the entire season. The alleged evidence appeared damning. This was no longer being viewed as simple poor officiating. The leaked information supposedly pointed to a pattern of systematic bias. To many, it looked like a coordinated effort to humble the rookie. Regardless of the physical toll it might take, the backlash was swift, intense, and impossible to ignore. As the internet continued examining the leaked material, Stephen A. Smith stepped up to the microphone and, let's just say, he didn't hold anything back. He didn't stop at criticizing the referees. Instead, he went straight for the throat of the entire WNBA establishment.
To speak on the issue because they see more of it than I do. But with what I've seen, you are able to say 1 + 1 = 2. And there's been a level of resentment that has existed where I believe there's been a failure on the part of some people to appreciate the mantra of a rising tide lifts all boats. Ride this cash cow till the wheels come off. They did it in the NBA with Magic Johnson. They did it ultimately with Michael Jordan. You know, that's how you do this. You find somebody that just galvanizes folks and ingratiates themselves with the public at large in such a way where everywhere they go and whatever they do, everybody wants to watch. You don't resent that. You feed off of it to build your own. And I think that WNBA as a whole, that women's basketball as a whole, and some, not most, not all, but some WNBA players need to appreciate that and gravitate to that and grab hold of that and ride that wave to your own ascension, as opposed to resenting it and showcasing it the second you get an opportunity to, whenever Caitlin Clark is in your vicinity. That would be my advice. That's all I could say about that.
I didn't love that this happened not once but twice yesterday, where there was basically a no call. I thought Stephanie White did the right thing. She should have gone off. She needs to protect her superstar.
She did.
That's her right. Completely.
Absolutely.
I also do think the league should probably review this. I don't have information on if they have started that process or not.
It is a subversion of justice. You have a generational talent, a woman who single-handedly brought millions of dollars and countless new viewers to your league, yet you treat her like a target. Those officials should not only be suspended, they need to be investigated. You are destroying your own product out of pure jealousy. Stephen A. Smith gave voice to what many people were already thinking. He argued that the WNBA was allowing its own referees to protect a toxic culture instead of protecting its biggest asset. He warned that, if the league failed to take action within 24 hours, the damage would become completely irreversible. As events unfolded, many believed his warning had proven accurate. The moment the referee identities were allegedly leaked, fans began taking action. A massive nationwide boycott campaign quickly spread across Twitter, TikTok, and Reddit. Millions of supporters vowed they would not watch another WNBA game until the league issued a formal apology and dismissed the officials they believed were involved.
But this is not good when it comes to the referee's identity. Because I don't believe they had a script written for him. He was talking. This is how he felt for real.
All right, ladies, your thoughts just as the league continues to work through what many perceive as consistency issues, especially when it comes to games being officiated, Lisa.
Well, officiating is tough. I don't know if anybody's ever even tried to officiate. It's not the easiest game. It's one of the most thankless jobs you can do. But in this particular situation, I thought that the last official should have been able to catch that. I was actually watching this game and I was like, oh, wow, that was a bit much. So in that moment, I thought that the official missed the call. I'm not surprised that the league went back and fined Alyssa Thomas. But I think at the same time, it's tough to think that official would have missed that they didn't have a replay on it. That was tough to me. And I think overall, the league's got to do better. The officials have got to do better, but also players. Players have to clean it up. We used to play in a way that you protected one another. Yeah, I want to play physical. I want to play hard, but I'm not out here trying to hurt you. If I was out there for a loose ball and it was Renee down there, yeah, I'm going for the ball. But if I accidentally punched Renee or hit her in some kind of way, maybe the play goes on, but I help her up. I help her up. You know what I mean? Just out of the like, dang, my bad. You know, so I think that part is important too, the reaction. Maybe if Alyssa Thomas would have even turned like, dang, my bad, I didn't mean to hit you like that. It's a different thing, but that's not what happened. And so I think that the league got it right. But I think overall, Coach Tibbetts is correct. Everything, consistency is important. It needs to be cleaned up for all players, regardless of what their accolades are. None of that part matters. It matters about protecting these players, no matter which team, which position, when they sub in, the start of the game to the end of the game. Every player deserves the same type of protection.
And the numbers did not lie. The viewership ratings for the games that followed did not simply decline, they reportedly collapsed. According to the claims, networks were seeing audience figures that had fallen to nearly zero across several key demographics. Advertisers who had invested millions to capitalize on the Caitlin Clark effect were allegedly flooding the commissioner's office with calls, threatening to withdraw their financial support altogether. The league was suddenly facing what many described as a financial crisis that could set women's sports back by decades. But the final blow came from Caitlin Clark herself. Known for remaining quiet, keeping her head down, and playing through the pain, she had reportedly reached her breaking point. Following the game, a source close to the situation allegedly leaked her final message to the league office and members of her inner circle. According to the report, her statement was short, direct, and unmistakable. I am officially done.
The throat ruled out for Saturday. And Stephanie White did confirm that, by the way. And she's made several comments. It makes you want to puke throughout, but we're going to listen to them nonetheless. Let's go here. Right here.
I guess just first off, how is Caitlin after Wednesday? Do you have the update on that?
Yeah, she's okay. She's gonna be out on Saturday.
But she's doing all right. Do you have any indication right now of how long she will be out? No indication. Obviously, it's a good time because we have all week next week, so we'll take this opportunity just to get her treatment, get her healthy, get her back on the floor, and see what happens. I mean, it's the same thing. Long-term health and wellness is the most important thing.
Consider this precautionary. Like, is there any chance she could have played tomorrow? Or is there pain? How would you describe the decision?
Yeah, I mean, I just think that, again, we want her to be healthy, physically, mentally, emotionally, all the things. And, I think it's important to remember, again, when you've gone through injury and the traumatic aspect of injury, especially that she had last year, it's ups and downs, physically, mentally, emotionally, and making sure that she's 100% ready to go is the most important thing. And her taking care of that is priority for us.
I got to tell you, we are dangerously close to this league getting boycotted. That's where we're at. I saw rumblings of a boycott yesterday of a legit Caitlin Clark fan base across the board not watching the Indiana Fever tomorrow night. Not watching it. Just to send a message to the league and to the Indiana Fever, because Kelly Krauskopf, the team president, came out and celebrated the one-game suspension and thanked the WNBA. Kelly Krauskopf, you're a coward. All right? So's Amber Cox. So's Stephanie White. At what point are y'all going to get angry and be like, one game is a fucking joke? A one-game suspension is a joke. Alyssa Thomas should be suspended a minute. The appropriate response was anything between 10 games and the end of the season. Just get the bleep out of here. We don't need you. What in the big course of WNBA history and in Business 101, what is Alyssa Thomas to anybody? Nothing. Pond scum. But once again, you got this incestuous intertwining, leg scissoring amongst members of the league. I mean, hell, Stephanie White's her old coach, for Christ's sakes. Everywhere Caitlin Clark turns, it's agenda in her face continuously. This is Stephanie White on her having coached Alyssa Thomas previously.
Steph, having coached 18 before, were you surprised by the incident?
Yeah, I mean, I think that I didn't see it in real time. And so when I went back to see it, I was surprised. I was more surprised that it wasn't seen by the officials in real time.
A 41-38 Fever advantage, Clark.
She is done playing under these conditions.
She is done playing under these conditions. Done serving as a punching bag while the people in charge simply stand by and watch. If the league is unwilling to protect her, then she reportedly sees no reason to risk her career, her health, or her future for them. Rumors are already circulating that she could sit out the remainder of the season or even explore international opportunities where player safety is believed to be enforced more effectively. Without Caitlin Clark, the WNBA stands to lose everything: the television ratings, the sold-out arenas, the charter flights, and the momentum that has fueled the league's recent growth. The league may have believed it could manage the hype, but by allowing jealousy to spread among players and officials, it may have jeopardized its best opportunity for long-term mainstream success. But what do you think? Did the referees go too far, and should the commissioner step down immediately? Share your thoughts in the comments below, because the discussion is already heating up. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest breaking sports updates. We'll see you in the next one.